All right, guys. So we're live on the air, and we're doing a broadcast here. It's Mike's from the spot, along with
Robbie from the spot.
Hey, how you doing, guys? And so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of bring you guys back up to current, and let you know that we're here at 1669 in South Jomtien Beach, which is absolutely one of the greatest places to totally hang out. And because of that, we have this view to look at. And so we're going to be sharing this with you guys today.
All day,
all night, actually, because we are doing a really cool. Well, we're doing a really cool party this evening, actually, down here at 1669, which is right next to Jomtien Big Market.
Yeah. 4 p.m. So if you guys are listening to us in your car or on your app, you can fly out over here.
That would be really cool, actually, if you could fly here. That would be really neat. That would please me, actually, if you guys could do that. Okay, hold on. See, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the audio actually to go out on the air. Because if you guys don't know, we actually own a radio station. You want to tell them about that?
A real radio
station.
We
own a real radio station. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So 95 FM, The Spot.
Yeah.
And in our studio audience, we do have one of our engineers kind of in the background. We can't show him right now. He's floating around here.
He's actually not just one of our engineers. He's the engineer.
The guy.
Absolutely.
There he is, looking cool. Let's see if he comes on over here. We also have Mariano in the house. He kind of helps us out here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, we actually have a real radio station. I don't know if I should be looking in this camera, that camera.
You should probably be looking at that one up there.
Hey, guys, there we go.
And I'm having a little bit of a problem with the audio, but that's okay. I'll absolutely figure that out here in a second.
So if you guys want to hear us, you can tune into 95 The Spot here in Pattaya. Excuse me. Yeah, 95 FM
95
Pattaya.
FM The Spot, yeah.
Or you can download the app. Just go to thespot.fm and then hit that download. Then you can listen to us live. And this is our first show on the radio.
Yeah.
On air.
Yeah, exactly. And so once I figure that out, it'll be even sexier if people are like actually listening to their radios.
And we'll be on location. We'll be in studio. We'll be in Bangkok, Chiang Mai, wherever we're going to be. We're going to be bringing to you live shows. We're going to be bringing to you what's going on here in Thailand. And if you're somebody coming here for holiday travel or coming here to expat over here, you know what? You tune in, ask a question. We'll definitely get to those on hopefully every show.
Yeah.
And during the show, we'll have pro tips. So towards the end of the show, we'll be doing pro tips, like 10 tips or so about how to make your life easier.
Yeah, for sure.
And you guys, just keep in mind, we're not really professionals, but we've tried it.
But we play them on TV.
We play them like
yeah.
Yeah, I like to be a professional of how to download the Bolt app.
Yeah, exactly. How do I install a Goda?
Yeah,
that would be the real thing that we want to talk about.
So we're going to give you guys pro tips on how to just get here, just to kind of live your best life. Just how do you get to Thailand? What do you need to do? What do you need to expect? Because I know I went through this here in 2019, Mike much more before me, and had somebody tell me what to do, would I have done it? That's going to be the question.
And that's the question, right? Because, I mean, it's not like there is a limited amount of YouTube videos. I mean, there's so much data out there, right, for you to be able to, figure out how to live here comfortably. And so, but it's like, well, what's comfortable for you might not be comfortable for somebody else, right? So that's the thing. You end up saying, okay, well, what am I going to do when I come over here? What's going to be the best move for me? And what am I going to bring with me? And what am I going to leave at home, right? Because that's the biggest discussion sometimes. People will be like, I had this one guy, because I was consulting occasionally, right? So I had this one guy, he's like, all right, well, should I bring my tools over? And I said, well, everything over here,
all of them.
Everything over here is 220, and so the whole 220, 120 thing, that's not going to work that great. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in fact live on the radio right now. We're live at 95 FM The Spot, as well as on thespot.fm, which is the website you want to go to download our brand new app that Robbie and I found over the summer, and I believe that we've tweaked it so that it actually adds quite a bit of value.
That's pretty cool.
I love it. I'm pleased with it. I think that we did a really good job, and so, guys, if you can't tell, right, so these microphones, obviously, they pick up our voice. There's a little bit in the background, too. But it is pretty windy here. And behind us, actually, is Jomtien Beach. But what's behind us is actually also Mother Nature. So we have, a bunch of lights in front of us right now so you can actually see us while not being completely washed out in the silhouette. Although, I will say, with that black shirt, you look quite svelte in your silhouette. So.
And with your shirt, well...
We'll
get back to the app.
Let's just leave that where it is.
So you guys, when looking at the app, I just want to show you guys. Of course, I'm holding up my phone to the camera. You can't see a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm going to press the button.
Oh my God, is the spot going to start automatically? Yeah, it is.
There it is, and we are on air on the spot. So no matter where you're at around the world, you can listen to us. So are we on?
We absolutely. Well, turn the volume up. You should be able to hear us, right? I mean, it's going to say Blue Monday because that's the last song that played. But we're absolutely on the air. Globally, my friend. I mean, because it's not like, YouTube, obviously, they have a finite reach. But, our app, if you've got the internet, guess what? I just decided that I was going to eat out Pattaya, and then bang, all of a sudden he shows up from his ship.
Oh, is he on here?
He's on his ship.
Watching?
He's on his ship. In fact, I think he just shipped his pants. That's the really interesting thing. Good to see you, Ryan. Thank you for your 16 of us that are watching. I'm going to just yell over right now. There's probably going to be like a 30-second delay, but I'm going to ask Diamond, our engineer, how it sounds over there. He's actually listening on the air, so he's listening with about a 30-second delay. So naturally, I'm very curious how we sound. Eventually, he's going to turn over here. Right now, he's actually just playing with his hair, which is kind of odd for an engineer, really. Does it sound okay? No distortion, audio's good? Okay, awesome. So he gave us a thumbs up, which if you don't know, when you go through engineering, when you go for university for engineering, that's literally right there. That is what's known as the binary system.
You pass or you fail.
Yeah,
there it
basically, yeah. It's just, yeah, exactly. And so thank you, guys. And Mariano, thank you so much for coming by, dude. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the ice. So what you guys may not realize is that there's like a whole bunch of technical stuff that I set up and Robbie helps me with. And then we get to the point, of course, when it's seconds before the broadcast and everything fails conveniently. So then I have to redo everything, basically, in 5 minutes that I just spent the last 2 hours setting up. And then we get to the point where it's like, oh, my God, we're human beings. We're going to need food, water, shelter, that sort of thing. And so that's like, Mariano graciously comes over and he's like, hey, can you guys use anything? And I'm like, you have no idea how much I need a Diet Coke right now, bro.
How about a burrito?
A burrito would be excellent. In fact, there's this place in San Diego right on the beach, right on Mission Bay Boulevard. You know the place, right?
How about a Thailand burrito?
He wasn't playing along. This is why you and I are on the air and he's over on the side, because he doesn't play along. He gives me a shaking no. He's like, no, Mike, you're an idiot. But
so if you guys are listening to us on YouTube, you can leave a comment. If you're on Walking My Shoes Thailand, why don't you guys go ahead and sign out? Not that I don't want you guys to be signed in.
That's a great point.
And come over to the Spot YouTube channel, because we are only doing this one time on, I think we're only going to do it one time on Walking My Shoes. We're going to have everything just...
So that's the goal, right? I mean, at the end of the day, Robbie's got this great YouTube channel. Congratulations on 6,500 subs, by the way. That's pretty good. I think we're going to do a skadoosh, even though Christy's not here to give us any money. Here we are starving, and we could use the $5 from her.
We could use the burrito.
Which I learned where that actually originated from.
Yeah.
We can talk about that a little later. But the great thing is that... so one of the things that we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about pro tips, but we're not going to go too deep into his... emotions, nor mine, quite frankly. But we're going to talk about something very real, which I think is when you like Thailand and you basically get to this stage of loving Thailand, like I would argue Robbie and I do, and many of you that are watching this probably do, it's home. And when you're not home, you're traveling. You're in a hotel, basically. And that's literally and figuratively. Like you're just staying in a hotel. It's not even your own place. And, there's some degree of depression, right? I mean, it's not like a chemical imbalance. I'm going to need to, do some serious therapy or something. But the reality is you're bummed, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, I'm not where I want to be right now. Compound that with the fact that you and I have now built a friendship. You have a girlfriend here. And neither of those things are physically in your life. They're literally 12,000 kilometers away.
Yeah, or put that in miles for the people like myself.
So 8,700 miles? Come on, kilometers to miles.
I got these engineers here.
Know. Diamond should be able to do this. See, Mariano, he's never going to convert to miles because he's like, dude, I'm from Germany. What are you kidding me? We invented the metric system. Who invented the metric system?
We invented engineering.
Was it Steve Metric? I think it was Steven Metric, actually. Exactly. Yeah, no, there we go. Okay, wait. So this person just sent us a message. Sorry, I am driving now. Now, by doing so, that's unsafe, right?
But no, I don't think so at all.
By sending a text while you're driving saying you're driving, isn't that kind of like, I'm murdering somebody. Don't tell any, like, put it on Facebook.
Well, if you're in Pattaya and you're driving, I don't know, might be better.
Yeah, text all day long. How you doing? So this is horrible because Clemente, that is his legal name. But this is horrible that I don't remember his name. So this is how long I've been gone from Southern California, that I literally don't remember one of my very good friends' names that I used to see almost every single Saturday. Wow, that's just like really, really horrible. I'm sorry
you guys,
about that, buddy.
We know a lot of you guys can't see the screen because you're listening to us on 95 FM.
That's
Pattaya.
a great point. Yeah,
at least I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
We're not saying you should drive and text us. Go ahead and pull over, or you can come by 1669 right now. And I'm sure Mariano will get you a Coke.
So let me ask you this. What do you think is sort of the best landmark for 1669? Would you say it's Jomtien Big Market? I mean, he's got that just fantastic sign,
absolutely.
Right? I mean,
absolutely. Let's see if I can pull up the image here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Great. So I did want to say that if you guys don't know, if you're watching us on the tube, and thank you for all 17 of you, by the way, for coming over. And as Robbie mentioned, please, if you would, no matter where you're watching, go over to The Spot on YouTube, youtube.com/@TheSpot Thailand. And if you're watching us on Facebook, or you're watching us on my Facebook or Robbie's or whatever, cruise over to the YouTube channel. That would really help us out. If for no other reason, then if you guys don't know, we haven't done this in a while. And if you don't do this in a while on YouTube for a while, then they remove subs.
They do.
Yeah.
We found that out.
And that is that really helped my ego. Oh, I was jazzed when I logged in because we were all excited that we made 1,000 subs.
We made 1,000 and now we're
997 or something like that, man. And I just got to tell Andre, for the love of God, dude, thank you so much. I am so sorry. I love you, man. I miss you big time. I'm going to have a little bit of a moment here, if that's okay with Andre.
That's okay.
He and I are going to chest bump. Yeah. I think he was watching us probably on LinkedIn, so thank you for that, by the way. But don't forget, youtube.com/@TheSpot Thailand.
And Mariano points out we need 6 more subs on that YouTube channel.
6? What? So we're 994?
We're 994.
Oh, my God.
I think we'll get there.
Oh, man, that's like a cold day coming out of a jacuzzi, isn't it? That's just like no fun. Shout out from the beach and babies with no hair yet. Absolutely. Good to see you, Huddy. Thanks. I actually wanted to say hello to someone whose name I can't say, not because it's a bad word or whatever. It's because as someone with a master's degree like yourself, we're, of course, illiterate.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And so we can't read. So I have absolutely no clue what this person's name is. But I want to thank you because I believe you are also the same person that sent us several requests. He really likes Idol and Queen Card, one of the top 50, probably the top 30 songs that we're playing right now. Mm-hmm. And by the way, right now it is approximately 8:15 a.m. local time. The reason I segue into that is talking about Idol, Queen Card, the top 40 hits that we play on 95 FM The Spot, also at thespot.fm. Later today, actually at 2 p.m., we're going to have Asia Pop 40. And definitely Idol and Queen Card will be on there because this great guy from Taiwan, Joey Chow, he does that for us. He does the Asia Pop 40. We air it actually Fridays starting at 6 p.m. and then Saturdays at 2 p.m. So that's like pretty cool.
And again, you can tune into the Spot.fm app, or if you're in Pattaya, 95 FM.
95 FM. We have 500,000 milliwatts of power, actually.
I like to say 5 million. Hey, and by the way, you guys, if you go to our YouTube channel, check out the video we just did yesterday.
That was fun.
Pretty funny.
It was fun.
It's just a quick 3-minute video. Go check it out, the Spot YouTube. Is it the Spot FM YouTube, right? We have to type in the whole thing?
No. So in YouTube, it's the Spot Thailand. Like all of our socials, right? Like Instagram, Facebook, that sort of thing. It's the Spot Thailand, yeah. Because we couldn't get, sometimes you can't use a dot, right?
Gotcha.
And then sometimes the spot was actually taken by some bar that was on Soy 6. I don't know the full name of it, actually, but it's fairly damp, I hear. I think they have a humidity problem.
It's on Soy 6?
Yeah, they have a humidity problem with
it is kind of wet down that road.
With their spot. Maybe that's why they call it that, because of the rain. Yeah, see, exactly. So thank you for that. Thank you so much, Mariano, for posting that. I really appreciate that. And, so we got a new, so this is coming in from YouTube. Dave
away.
Looking good. Keep it the good work. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that. I mean, if you can come by and stay, that's awesome. But if you're just swinging by to say, hey, I really appreciate that, too. Yeah. One of the other things that we do.
4 p.m.
Yeah, so 4 p.m. Is there a way, do you have like a Google Map thing or whatever? Because I know a lot of people are just like, I know kind of how to drive to Jomtien Beach. I mean, I think the best solution maybe is to just type in big market. Jomtien big market.
I would say type in Jomtien big market.
That'll probably get him here.
Or
yeah.
1669.
Well, here's the cool thing about the market, actually, is the fact that I didn't realize this until the other day. They have free parking in the back.
They do.
Yeah.
Lots of it.
Totally. And you can come in from Second Road, or you can come in from just the side street down here, just past 1669. I will tell you that probably the easiest thing to do is you're cruising down the beach road, as you're probably looking straight ahead. Look up about 5 degrees, and you'll see an ambulance that's about 2 meters wide with like flashing blue lights on it. Yeah, that's like the easiest thing. There's no golden arches, but there's an ambulance, which is like pretty cool. Anyway,
and if you guys didn't know, 1669 is the version of 911, right?
Effectively,
Would you say so?
Yeah, it is. There is another version of that countrywide. I believe it's 191. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe what happens if you dial that number is they basically ask you, is there a fire or do you need an ambulance? And then I believe what occurs is they then give you the number to dial if you're having a medical emergency or a fire. So they're like, oh, there's a fire? What's your emergency? Okay, well, here's the phone number.
Yeah.
Not let me transfer you to the fire department.
You mean to say it's 1669?
Something like that, yeah. But so because there's like a 4-digit tourist police sort of number, right? In most cities that have like a lot of tourists, right?
What's Pattaya? Do we know?
I believe it's 1669.
Okay.
Yeah. And I believe like in Bangkok it's something different. I think Phuket has their own. I don't know this, but what we do know.
And what we do know is this is how we figure out what pro tips. What we do a pro tip, we just figured out it's 1669.
Well,
there we go. Pro tip number 1.
Skadoosh, guy. There we go. We are like way ahead of ourselves. Speaking of which, because we do pro tips normally at about 9 a.m., actually, as it turns out, today at 9 a.m., we're going to have a special guest. And he likes to ride his motorcycle for fun.
Is he going to be here?
Like for kicks. He just for fun, just for kicks.
Is he?
I'm not going to reveal who it is, but he just rides like for, I don't know, fun, like for kicks.
Yeah,
he just rides
I love
for kicks.
riding for kicks.
Yeah. So I'm not
got
really...
my new scooter, guys. Just a pro tip for you guys.
You got a picture of it?
I do and I don't. It's on my.
It's on your slide deck. Do you have a slide deck from your
I'll
trip
have
to Florida?
Video. My video gets released tonight on Walking My Shoes Thailand, and you'll see how to buy a scooter. You'll check it out with everybody. So tune in a couple hours. It'll be published.
Here's the cool thing about him going through the process of buying a scooter. If you're from, if you're from the U.S., your experience in buying a vehicle is you're going to go in, and somehow in your brain, you're going to screw the guy who's selling it to you, and you're going to get a better deal, and then you're going to tell all your buddies how financially equipped you are at negotiations. The salesman, on the other hand, is going to lie to you to the best of his ability, ability, and get the most money out of you. You know, and that's what I always go in and I say, look, my goal is to not increase my monthly payment, and that's your goal.
I always think the sales guys are former attorneys. That's what I always thought.
You think? Well,
they used to be attorneys.
Here's the thing about attorneys: you hate them until you really need one. Yeah, and then you need a snake. 21 people watching. Is that a record for us? 21 concurrent. I think we should do
today. That's a record.
Absolutely. Is that a record since we just hit 20 several seconds ago? Oh, and we're down to 17. See, 5 people came by and they're like, but hopefully they subscribed.
No, hopefully they're listening to us on 95 FM.
That would just be amazing. I actually, what would be interesting is that if because I know it's like some of the bars where like they had our app playing, in the big TVs that they have. I'm driving up and down the beach and I'm listening to the music.
Wombat.
Hello to Steve over at the Wombat. I hope he's watching and
that's here in Jomtien, just down the road, about a mile.
Soy 9, right? He's pretty much at
about a mile from here.
About a mile? I don't even know what a mile is. I've been here so long. What's a mile? How do we even
2,000 steps?
I'm into thousands of meters. I think of life in thousands of meter chunks. Steps, really? What's the most steps you've done in one day in Thailand? Because I know, guys, we walk a lot over
about 22,000.
Yeah, I think I was at 21 something.
I think I did that with you back when we first met.
That's when I stapled you to my hip, and I was like, Robbie, I tell you what, why'd the chicken cross the road? And we just get back and forth and back and forth. Yeah,
it's a great diet plan. Don't eat and just walk.
Oh, totally. That and the Peruvian diet. That's a great diuretic.
What's that? Eat straight food?
No, cocaine.
Oh,
yeah.
We're not saying eat. We're not saying do cocaine.
I'm not saying, dude. I mean, I'm not saying I liked it, but boy, did I love the smell of it. Whew, that was.
Good morning, Mr. Mitch. How are you doing?
Mr. Mitch?
So Mr. Mitch is online. We're looking forward to seeing you today at 4 o'clock.
Yeah. Thanks for coming by on the Facebook channel. Mitch, if you do me a favor, cruise over to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@thespotthailand, simply because we're trying to like focus people over there. That would be outstanding. Hello, Tommy J. I don't know Tommy J. Is that someone from your channel or mine? Oh, wait, hold on. This is an important safety tip. Tourist Police phone number 1155. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Pro tip.
Those are the Tourist Police. Do I want to go in depth about how I lost my wallet on a bot bus on Soy Bacau and Soy Chaiyapoon and potentially ruin my marriage?
I think you should, actually.
Okay. Yeah, that's an important safety tip, actually. So I'm on Bacau, and, like, people lose things, right? So I have this. You probably have seen these wallets that you get at Thai markets. They cost like 10 baht, 15 baht, and they usually have like they're kind of like sewn. It's not like embroidery or anything, but it's basically just the fabric. And they have a little zipper on the top, and they're about the size of like I don't know, a wallet, let's say. And so in there's no like divisions and stuff. So I had like a bunch of credit cards. I had my Thai driver's license, and I had my Thai. For a car, and I have my Thai driver's license for my motorbike. Anyway, so I lose it, and I'm like, super. So naturally, I call Kitty. She's amazing. She reaches out to the Bot Bus Cooperative, and up until that day, I never paid attention to the number of the Bot Bus. I will for the rest of my life. But also, I lost it. Okay, so she's like, okay, well. File a police report. Actually, it was funny. She's like, file a police report and get all that taken care of, and then make sure you call your credit cards. And I'm like, or I could call my credit cards first, But I get it. I mean, if you're from the U.S., you live your life. Credit cards. You live your life on credit, and you live, with credit cards and all this, right? So I was like, and what was nice is I'm walking back Bacau towards our studios, which we'll also talk about in a minute. As I was walking back to there, I'm like on with my Chase app and my Citibank app, and you can like turn the card off and all of that. So that was fairly easy. But what I want to share with you guys relative to the tourist police is I went over to the police station on I believe it's potentially Soi 9, but whatever the street is that's right next to Central Festival, which is where the police station is, right in Pattaya on Beach Road. So I go over there and I walk in, and my friend tells me, okay, so walk in, go to the left, and there's going to be someone in a black police uniform. And those are
the tourists?
Yeah, but they don't refer to them as tourist police. There's 3 letters, and it's FPV. And I can't remember what those letters stand for, but it's basically...
Sounds like something you caught on Soy Bacau.
What was funny is I walked in and I said, FPV, isn't there an ointment for that? Yeah. And he didn't know what ointment meant. So he wasn't like fully... No. Anyways, I wanted to say to this guy, Tal, who helped me, he was awesome, okay? What they do, because if you're entering the police station, it's not like, hey, guys, I just thought I'd swing by for some cookies. It's like, I would never come here unless something has gone wrong, right? And I lost my wallet. It was disappointing. I didn't lose a limb. So anyway, I went in, and he was just awesome. He literally, what he does is they fill out a police report in English. And then he walks over to the Thai police officer and basically gives him sort of the gist of it, all in English.
Oh, nice.
And then the Thai police officer asks me questions in English. I was really pleased with this guy's comprehension of the English language. Like, we actually had a sarcasm thing going on and like made each other laugh. So he helped big time. But the point is that I filled out my police report and then got a copy. Had I to do it over again, I probably would have gotten, I think it's like an extra like 20 baht.
Did they bother to ask you what you were doing?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
I'm just kind of curious what you were doing.
You're so funny. I haven't seen her in forever. That was this lady that we met.
Was she on Soy Bacau?
She was not.
I was curious what you were doing.
She was not on Soy Bacau, actually. But here's what was funny. Here's the reason I was going over there, and I was telling you this the other day. I'm like, if I ever had to describe it, I lost my wallet on a bot bus on Soy Bacau going over to Soy Chaiyapoon, and people would be like,
yeah,
right.
You
lost your wallet. You lost it. What 6 foot tall male dressed up as a beautiful woman?
Lady boys, come on.
Lady boy took that from you. And no, I was.
She arm wrestled it from you.
Yeah, exactly, and beat me in field hockey as well. And I was able to come up with a great story. No, so I was over there because I was going to my buddy's hotel, right, to go to the roof, right, to see if we could put a TV radio antenna on there. And of course, sure, Mike, right. But at the end of the day, that's what I was doing, right? And so I get over there, and then he's like on his way. So I send him a message. I'm like, dude, I just lost my wallet. I can't do this. So I walk back anyway, drive to the police station.
So can you turn this into a pro tip?
Well, there's a couple of them. The first one is if you're on a bot bus, there's no downside to remembering the number of it.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is if you have to do anything at the police station, and of course you don't go there normally, so you don't know what it is. When you go in, to your left, there's an office. In that office, or potentially standing outside, will be probably a man, but a person in a black uniform. The Thai police officers do not wear black uniforms. So they're going to be in a black uniform, and their English is going to be quite good. Now, this guy was not necessarily a native American, right? In other words, his English was, but it was really, really excellent English. And they walk you inside and help you out to fill it out. So that's another thing. Don't walk into the police station. Walk to your left as you're basically facing it with your back to the beach. On the left, there will be these FPV. And that department is basically in charge of helping, I believe, the F.
So there's your pro tip. So if you're into any kind of trouble or anything like that,
anything, or need to fill out a police report. But the other is like, well, why? I don't bother. Always fill out a police report.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize this until after, because I'm like, oh, I'll just call my credit cards or whatever, and then I'll just cruise over to land transport and tell them, oh yeah, I lost my driver's license. Give me a new one. Many of these places here, when you want a replacement of something, they're going to need a police report, which basically proves, yes, I did in fact lose this, or at least I'm claiming I have legally and signed it, and it's signed by a police officer. So that was important too. The final thing is, I will say that if you do in fact lose your Thai driver's licenses, be it motorbike, or going to the land transport office, or specifically the transport office, because there's so many people here in Pattaya that there's actually a land office and a transport office, and a lot of people will call it land transport. Chonburi has two of them, and I went to the Banglamun branch. There's another one in Sriracha.
And that's something anybody can take a bolt to.
Absolutely.
Couple hundred
baht. And
so $10
to replace your driver's license for a car and your driver's license for a motorbike, it is 105 baht each.
Nice. You got
free.
That's $4, guy. No, not even $4. That's $3.
It's like $2.75. I was so pleased. I will say that, and to do that, right, to preempt that, I had to go to immigration, which in Pattaya is it's a chore, to get a residency certificate, to prove that I actually live here, to get a driver's license, right? So I had to prove, and it was nice because then I got my address updated on my driver's license. But immigration, it's actually fairly efficient, but the people instructing you on what to do are not super pleasant. And again, at the end of the day, you and I could have a discussion about
typical DMV.
I was going to say, we could have a discussion about the DMV in California and be like, you want to talk about unpleasant.
Yeah,
it's
they're
like,
miserable.
oh my, these people need
I hate my job.
Enema. Like, just get away from me.
Yeah, they hate their
They
jobs.
do. And they're probably...
So let me ask you this, Mike.
Yes.
So you pretty much did all this part on your own.
Right,
so
good point.
What is, run us through. What if you had hired an agent? Start with, first of all, how much did it cost? That's what I want to know.
All in?
All in.
For me to replace my driver's license?
Yeah, let's go both prices. For you to do it yourself versus an agent, because you did contact an agent.
Okay.
And people probably want to know that.
Yeah, and I can give them the price of two quotes that I got. Okay, so the initial cost is 300 baht at immigration to get your residency certificate, in addition to 100 baht, which thank you, Mariano, which I had to pay to get my picture taken, right? You need two photos, right? Mm-hmm. And so I paid, Gracie and I did some stuff together. But at the end of the day, my pictures were 100 baht, then 300 baht for the residency certificate, which took approximately 1 day, in the sense that you got to do stuff, and then you got to come back and get it, and then basically by that time, land transport, the DMV is closed. And so then at the DMV, I had to pay 105 baht for each item. Now, there's fuel, of course, involved in getting to these places, but for the sake of argument, let's just say that was free, driving around.
Because there's two of you, so now we're at...
Gracie basically she was doing a different task, but she was basically taking her Philippine driver's license and converting it, if you will, to a Thai driver's license. So she only needs to like watch a video for an hour.
Got you.
Yeah, but the point is that for me to replace 2 lost driver's licenses, this wasn't to this. What's up? Oh, it's Coke. Yeah, sure.
No,
You can come over and replace it if you want. It was I'm gonna 610 baht.
So 610 baht versus.
So versus paying someone at least 2,500 baht, and I had to do the same tasks that I would if they were to help me. I need to physically go to land transport, of course, because they need to take my picture. I need to sign things. I need to physically go to immigration because, again, I need to give them my picture and sign things.
But you have to do a health check too, right?
No. I did not have to because I was getting a replacement. I already had driver's licenses. And to be fair, too, just so you guys know, there's 2 versions, right? So the first driver's license you get, for example, the one you have, is a 2-year driver's license. And do not let it expire, by the way.
I won't.
And then the second one you get is a 5-year driver's license. And I had like 4 years left on it. And so, because the woman asked me that, she goes, well, wait, when does it expire? And I don't know why she asked me. I assume if I was going to expire in a month, because it's the same expiration date. The minute you get yours replaced, it's not another 5 years. It's like from the thing.
And I definitely advise you guys, if you're coming over here and you want to drive a motor scooter or a car, get your driver's license. You know, the fine has quadrupled.
Well, again,
it went from 500 baht to 2,000 baht.
Yeah.
Here in Pattaya.
Well, and again, at the end of the day, if you break the law,
15 bucks to 60 bucks.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, and at the end of the day, it's like, oh, yeah, great, I paid a fine. Well, 1 block later, there could be another cop and you pay another fine. So don't be. At the end of the day, the biggest advice, of course, that I give all expats is don't be an idiot. So there's that. So if you're an adult and like you come over here with a driver's license, make sure that you have the endorsement that's relative to the vehicle you're going to be in, be it motorbike or car.
Yeah, international. Right? You get your international permit, your international license. It's pretty simple to get.
We'll probably talk about that on the next show, is the international driving license. Yes. Robbie and I found this company that actually issues one of these. Now, the validity of it is still in question, but I mean, it's important because, you know, I mean, again, you could just be buying some cute little thing that you could have gotten on Khao San Road.
Does it pass inspection?
Yeah, right. I can buy a passport that says I'm a British citizen, but it's probably not real effective.
African citizen or Asian.
An African citizen? You know, that's Asian. A continent, not a country, right?
Whatever, something like that.
Okay, very good. I'm a North American citizen. Look at my North American passport. So the pay someone else to do it thing. I have done that in the past to do various things. As an example, in the United States, I pay someone $300 to get me a new passport. I ship it to them. They have an office in Washington, D.C. They literally walk across the street, get me a new one. It's elevated in speed and everything, and it's totally worth it for me. Over here, to get my licenses replaced, they would have charged me that 2,500 baht. Again, Gracie is doing something else. And so she's effectively getting a new driver's license. It's just that she doesn't have to go through all the qualifications because she does come here with one from the Philippines.
Gotcha.
So they believe she knows what to do. She just potentially doesn't know what to do in Thailand. So therefore, she needs to watch this 1-hour video that actually had English subtitles. Mine didn't. I'm in there in a room watching.
Here at Land Transport.
Yeah. Okay. So, yes, I watched one at Land Transport because I got my initial driver's license down in Phetchaburi, which is basically Cha Am, Hua Hin area. We go in there, and again, it's a government agency. So the woman, she says, look, you're going to have to watch this video. The earliest we can schedule you to watch this video is next year. Or you can walk across the street to a driving school and pay them 500 baht, and then they will put you in a couch along with a whole bunch of other people, and you watch this YouTube video.
I think that's what Kitty ended up doing.
And then you get for a Thai person?
Yeah, she ended up paying to take classes, and she had to 2 Saturdays, and then she just got her license.
So, like physically driving?
Yeah.
Oh, I highly recommend that. Mariano and I were talking about that the other day. There is no downside to learning how to drive a motorbike better.
Okay, rules are different here for sure.
For sure. One of the ones that I adore is the fact that when you're coming out into oncoming traffic, you have the right of way.
Yeah.
That's genius. Because in the U.S., you don't, and so therefore you have to like inch out, and if there's traffic, no one wants to let you in, and they prefer calling you number one in their book by using sign language and not like letting you out. Whereas here, cars are coming, you inch out very slowly, you give them a little bow of the head, no one honks, They just let you go into traffic.
Don't you love that nobody honks here?
Dude.
I mean, you go to the Philippines and everybody's laying on their phone.
It's brutal.
Laying on their horn.
Their
And their phone, too.
Yeah, they're on their phone because...
that's USA.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Vietnam is even worse because Vietnam...
Honking their horns?
Yeah. In the Philippines, they do it to be obnoxious and try to be taller than they are, which is impossible if you're Filipino. But they also use it in Vietnam to to signal.
Oh, yes.
Beep,
beep.
Right. So you're coming up to somebody, and basically the first person to beep is the person that will basically say, oh, well, then I have the right of way. Is that accurate? That has been my experience driving in Vietnam. Mariano spent a lot of time in Vietnam. Right, but when you do that, isn't that sort of saying, well, I have the right of way? Has that been your experience or no? Okay. He's nodding no, so apparently that's not...
Well, let's do
maybe
this,
that's not how I
Mike. Let's
interpret
have
it.
you tell the people who we are. Let's do a station ID. How about
Absolutely. So greetings, folks. My name is Mike, and this is Robbie.
that? Robbie.
And when we say each other's name back to back, then we make the sound skadoosh.
Or the bell.
Or the bell. Oh, my God. Wait, hold on. Where's Johnny Cupcake's bell? Son of a gun. Oh, my God.
Anyways, guys, we're on 95 FM here in Pattaya. So if you can't watch us on YouTube or wherever at, you can just tune into the radio here in Pattaya. If you're here, tune into 95 FM, listen to some cool tunes. But not only that, if you go to thespot.fm on your web browser, you can download the app. Not only will you get this show, you'll get other shows. We're gonna have a library of different shows. We're gonna have some pro tips on there. We're gonna have all sorts of cool stuff for you guys. And there you go. There's our station ID, 95 FM, The Spot.
95 FM. Yeah. So thank you for that, because I kind of forget that, there's some people listening to us on the radio, and they're probably like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, why isn't he playing Madonna like he normally does? Well,
Yeah.
the reason is because we're on the radio, and we're on YouTube, and we're on Facebook, and we're on Mixcloud, and we're all over the place, and we are 95 FM, The Spot.
Yeah, and if you're... listening to this or watching on Walking in My Shoes Thailand, please note this is the only time you're going to get a chance to do that. So please, please, please go over to The Spot Thailand YouTube channel.
Yes.
Hit the subscribe, hit the bell to get notified. There it is. And you guys won't miss a show or anything like that. I do have videos on Walking in My Shoes Thailand, but all the Spot videos will be on The Spot.
Yeah, for sure. And what we're going to be doing in that is you can actually watch the little video that you and I made yesterday.
Yes, please watch it.
Which was 51% fun and 49% informative.
Mike's doing jumping jacks, guys.
I had no idea I had such great form. I mean, I was like
form.
symmetrical and everything. Dude. My boobs weren't bouncing, basically because of the jog bra.
It was pretty cool that you were doing it.
It was just, I got to tell you.
I was having a heart attack watching the guy doing
that's
jumping
true.
jacks.
I should have been smoking a cigarette while I
should have been eating another donut.
We should totally have some donuts right now. Krispy Kreme, sponsor. Krispy Kreme, that would be great. Foreign Police Volunteers. Thank you very much. FPV. You will see those letters on...
Is that Mariano giving us the feedback?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mariano,
Thanks,
who's
man.
in studio helping us out today.
You walk in, you will see a plate on the desk. And normally if you go into like an official office in Thailand, you will see the person behind the desk. There will be a picture of them and then their name and their title and that sort of thing, like in a bank or whatever. And with this, it's just basically one of those sort of etched out, plastic, FPV. So Foreign Police Volunteers. Outstanding.
Yeah, and you guys might wonder exactly where we're at. We're at 1669 here in Jomtien. If you are in town, why don't you swing on by either right now or at 4 p.m. We will be doing our first party at 4 p.m. here in 1669.
Yeah, 4 p.m. That's going to be great.
Come check it out. We'll have several YouTubers here, several guests. Mr. Mitchell, who is on the house, he will be here as well. At least I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
Yeah, definitely.
Unless he's changed his mind on us, I don't know. Let's see here.
No, he's cool. He's gonna invite some other people, so that'll be great. But I don't think he's gonna make it tonight. He's got a previous commitment. But thank you, Mitch, for letting everybody know. I really appreciate it, man. You're awesome.
Totally. Well, Lucas will be here.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's and he's got this really interesting YouTube channel. He rides motorcycles for fun.
Yeah.
Just for kicks.
Dude, if I just rode for kicks, that would be kind of crazy. And we also have Jiu-Jitsu Passport. I think his name now is Bam Bam or something like that.
Oh,
on
is that
YouTube.
Is that the YouTube channel?
Yeah,
you met
he'll
him
be here.
Recently? And
Yeah, I met him. I met him a couple of times. He probably doesn't know who the heck I am, but that's all right. If he's listening right now, hopefully he'll still show up.
Yeah,
That'd
right
be
here,
awesome.
1669 restaurant,
Yeah.
4 p.m. Look at all the people out there, just like walking outside. They're probably, you know why they're walking outside, don't you? They're going to camp out on that sidewalk to get wristbands to be able to attend our party at 4 p.m.
They're starting to line up.
They're starting to line up, guys. You might
Free
want to get
food.
parking.
It must have been the free food.
I think it's the free food. What are we going to have, by the way? Because I know you talked to the owner.
Some pizza.
Pizza.
And Thai food.
Ooh. And what?
And Thai food.
So, like rice then?
I have no idea.
Because, you know, we both
like
love
rice.
Pat Kapow, right?
I love Pat Kapow.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Pat Kapow Moo Thai Dao.
Are you a moo guy? I'm more of a guy. I like some guy. I like some guy in my food. I like to have a
I'll
nice,
take the big ones.
thick
I
piece
mean,
of guy. In my food.
I'll take the moos.
You gonna go for the moo?
I'll do the moo-moos.
Okay,
Ooh,
fair
that's
enough,
horrible.
man.
Sounds
That's-
like I'm back in the States.
Moo.
Moo.
The Omega Moos.
Yeah.
Watching from the beach, honey. Thank you. Oh my God! So she was so excited to play volleyball. She went out and bought herself a volleyball, and I don't know if you guys know that there's an area in Jomtien Beach that, for the most part, starting I would say probably about 3 in the morning. It's very LGBT. Let's just say that.
Oh, absolutely.
It used to be like super ladyboy, but now it's like a full-on LGBTQ type community that comes out there, and they sit in these like circles. Sometimes it's like 3 or 4 people. Sometimes it's like 12, and they drink basically all night long, and they play volleyball there.
Yep.
And it's right across the street from an Amazon Coffee. And they will hang out there till pretty much sunrise, until the sun comes out, and then it's like too hot, and then they all bail. But they play volleyball. And I said to Gracie, I said, look, cruise over there. I said, because all the lady boys, first of all, they're going to look at you, and they're going to be like, oh my God, is your hair real?
Your hair beautiful.
It is you have a meter of hair.
But you might step on it.
That's the thing. Yeah. You got to
She
watch
might
out
fall.
for it. Well, she sits on it. That's her litmus test for this. Now I need to cut my hair when she sits down and sits on it.
I've never seen her hair any shorter. I mean, her hair is below her, like at her knees, it seems like.
It can get down to like the top of her legs. Yeah, and then it's like, oh my God, I got to cut. Because it's kind of painful when you sit down like on a bus stage. Like, it snaps her head back.
You know, it's funny. Kitty went to go cut her hair, and it was painful for her just to cut her hair.
Really?
Yeah, and she looks great with her hair cut. I'm like, cut it.
Hold on.
Cut it off. It just grows.
Meaning she went somewhere to get a cut, or she actually...
She went somewhere.
Because I was going to say, my dad cuts his own hair. And I'm like, how?
I cut my own hair.
Skadoosh, my friend. How you doing? Thank you, Gillette. I cut my own hair as well.
That's the way we roll, guys. So she went down to go play volleyball. Is she actually getting a chance to play?
I don't. Well, I don't know.
I walk down that street here in Jomtien. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and they're out there totally having a great time. I mean, I love it out there.
They are.
The community is amazing.
They're not, to be fair, like if it were in the U.S., right, they'd probably be really obnoxious and loud and probably get kicked out. And then, of course, the whole beach would get condemned and no one could ever do it again because someone screwed it up for everybody else. But here, a few of them will get a little rambunctious. But it's not,
I think it's fun.
I think it's hilarious.
It's great.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Kitty says most of them are from
Lao,
and they get off the bars and they come here at 2 o'clock in the morning, or they get off work and they're coming here at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Is that something that you experienced?
So here's what's funny. Actually, when I used to go, Mariano and I used to go to Amazon Coffee pretty regularly in the mornings. We'd cruise down there, right? And they have decent Wi-Fi, and they used to be open at 6:30 in the morning. Now they're open at 7 because they're friggin' lazy. But I used to go there early and sit out. And, you drink all night, right? You need to use a restroom. So they would walk across the street for like 10 or 20 baht. They would use a restroom or whatever. So they walk past me because there's an alley they walk through to use the restroom right behind the Amazon Coffee. And in doing so, you make eye contact, hi. And so we would talk. And I was amazed. The majority of them seemed to work at this bar called, I think, Delirious Whiskey Bar on, interestingly enough, Soy Chayapun.
Now, soy chayapun is known as soy pothole.
Pothole, yeah.
Okay, so you guys want to know, it's known as soy pothole or chayapun.
Soy chayapun, yeah. And I will tell you right now, here's the interesting thing. I bet City Hall is thrilled that the foreigners call that soy pothole.
They never have to fix it.
They're never going to fix that
Never fix that road.
Because okay, let's see,
And
20.
it's packed, dude. There's no empty spots. We just drove down there. Every store or every storefront,
it's packed.
Has got massage, restaurants, you name it.
Bar.
It's bar. The Den is back open. I haven't gone there yet.
Gentlemen's clubs,
Gentlemen's
right?
clubs.
Maggie
yeah.
May.
Maggie
Is
May.
it called Maggie May's?
I haven't gone to that. But anyway, several of the bars and clubs and all that stuff have opened up. So for you guys who like that stuff, go for it. I think it's kind of cool. I like walking up and down that street, getting catcalled.
I like walking up and down that street and not realizing halfway I've lost my wallet.
Oh.
So I need to go back and kind of revisit your thing with the whole cat call thing. Why do they call it cat calls, by the way? When's the last time like a feline animal like started screaming at you because you were sexy?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
That's what Soy 6 is all about.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess a lot about a lot of things. 6'1" on the other hand. That
but no one was there.
When we went at 2 in the afternoon. Of course not, you know.
Still my #1 video, by the way.
It really?
Yeah.
Nice. Walking in my Soy 6 actually could probably be the name of the new channel. All right, here's a question from DM. Mike, what store sells those shirts you have with mixed fabric? Looks cool. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. So it is actually a custom-made shirt by a friend of mine in Bangkok. His name is Earth, and he weighs probably 36 kilos soaking wet, but he's an amazingly talented, I was going to say seamstress because I still actually use the word stewardess too. But he instructed me that basically they're called sewists. People that sew are called sewists.
What country? That's not here in Thailand.
He told me this when I was up in, because I said, so what do you call yourself, right? And he's like, I call myself Earth. I'm like,
I do like that.
Ego much?
Yeah.
Like, hey, how you doing? What do people call you?
Space.
Planet.
Yeah. Universe.
No big whoop.
With a Mr. in front of it.
Exactly. Dr. Universe.
Uh-huh. We got Diamond. He's got a big smile. I think that's more like Mr. Universe. You see that guy?
Because American person told about kilos.
Kilos. What did you say?
An American person talking about kilos. So
Diamond's about what?
I'm going to try and go back through the messages that he sent me over the last month. He was in this commercial.
Diamond.
Our engineer.
Our engineer.
And he played basically like a Russian gangster, which I'm sure was a reach. I'm sure you don't know anything about that growing up in that country. So the acting ability probably was a little bit difficult, but it is hilarious. What was was it like an insurance product?
No, it was student loans.
Oh, okay.
It was what was that?
Like you have to pay back for bank.
Yeah.
That's our engineer, guys.
Like a loan shark, basically.
Our engineer is like a loan shark.
Yeah, but it was just hilarious. Anyway, so I'll find that. We'll play that in another one. But here's the thing. I will tell you that it is very time consuming, right? Because and here's the reason behind it, by the way.
A sewist.
Is the reason I have this sewist friend named Earth. So it's COVID, right? Nobody's working. And so I'm over at my buddy's house, who also has a huge sewing factory. His name's Dana. You may have known that he and I did this podcast before called Bangkok Strange. And he has this thing called Dapper Villains Design Studio, and he makes clothes. And he made a ton of these like custom-made face masks over COVID. Talk about pivoting and making some good for him. Anyway, so he's got like all these sewing machines. So Earth would come over and we'd talk to him and everything. And he's like, yeah, nothing. I got nothing going on. Yeah. Well, I say, tell you what. So like, what do you do with all the fabric? You like throw them? He says, it's all over my floor. I got like pieces of fabric that I just cut things up. And I said, all right, tell you what. Go home, take all of the pieces of fabric, sew them all together, and then make me a shirt with like these random, pieces of fabric. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, go for it. And so, and it was 15,000 baht, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day.
This shirt, I don't know if people can see your shirt. I mean,
should I?
I think you should stand up and kind of model. You guys, this is kind of risky in our studio here. There it is. All right. Hey, who's got a buck? How about 20 baht for the guy? 20 baht. 20 baht. Who will give me 50? I can't even get 10 baht for you.
If we were on Chayapoon, we'd double click on some serious baht, baby.
Dang it.
But here's what's amazing.
Oh, there's Mariano with 100 baht.
100 baht, right? Pulled that right out of his panties. That was pretty nice.
He did. He wants to put it in yours.
So it's like, okay, yeah, there's cuffs, right? But check this out. I mean, he like has a different piece of fabric for the little line here in between. I mean, he did that. The collar has a different fabric on the inside. I mean, he really went to town with it.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like Mike's shirt.
And they're comfortable, thank you. And so he makes me one, and it's still COVID 1 month later. And then a month later. So I say, tell you what, why don't you make me one of these shirts a month for the next 12 months, and then, we'll see what's going on.
You got a dozen of those?
So I have a dozen of these shirts, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and he can absolutely make you one. I mean, the key is being fitted, right? Honestly, I think that took at least 30 minutes. I figured, okay, arm length, like, chest, shoulders, and stuff. But it's funny. He's mildly alternative, and so he's like looking at me. He's like, "Oh my God, your shoulders are so big." I'm like,
and where's this guy located?
So's my
He's in Bangkok,
stomach,
right?
Yeah, he is. He used to be a sewist, right on in Siam, when there was a theater up there. I can't remember the name of it right now, which is horrible. I can totally forget the name of it. But at the end of the day. He was up there, but they demolished it, because by Siam there was that like one block. They totally demolished it right there in front of Chulalongkorn University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so down the end, like so towards the corner there. Anyway, so he used to do it there. I believe he's got his own studio now where he sews and he's wildly successful. And
we don't have any information so other people can get shirts made.
So here's the easiest thing for you to do, DM. Send me an email at mikes@thespot.fm. I will connect you with Earth online.
And 20,000 baht.
Yeah,
might as well keep
exactly. Oh yeah, I gotta. It's after
make a
COVID.
profit.
None of this COVID pricing
Yeah,
nonsense,
this is
dude.
ridiculous.
Nah,
We're Americans.
We're gonna double click on some like 27% uplift, baby.
Americans,
you know it.
Yeah. I mean, what's this? Not extortion. What do we call it?
Extortion.
Oh, extortion. Okay.
Actually, we call it capitalism.
Capitalism.
But anyway,
here
so there you
in
go.
Thailand,
There's
and
the
here
story.
we are with our radio station. By the way, 95 FM Pattaya, brand new,
Indeed,
awesome radio station. You can hear us every time we do a live broadcast. Do we have a schedule for broadcast yet, or are we still working on that?
For live shows.
For live shows.
So right now we're gonna redo, or we're gonna continue to do the Saturday morning thing. But what I was thinking is that we might do another one during the week, because remember when we used to do the regular Saturday morning show and then we would replay it on Wednesdays?
Okay.
I was amazed. We would get like either the same number or, put it this way, at a minimum at least 50% in additional views, right? Additional like listens. That's
8 o'clock in the morning, Bangkok time?
It was 8 o'clock in the morning, Bangkok time, Wednesday mornings. But so what I think we might do is we might do another live show. Because,
at the studio, though. Let's do that at the studio.
Yeah, and so that is a great segue. We could actually talk about that, because there is another reason why I was over on Soy Bukaw and Soy Chayapun. And it didn't involve, wearing latex products on my lower region.
Yeah, and it did not involve...
So here's what's interesting about her, is that she is ridiculously photogenic. In 2D.
Ratana.
Oh,
I
nice
remember her
job,
name.
guy.
Boom.
He has not been able to remember her name in forever. And the reason we took that is because as he and I we were having this brilliant idea. We're going to do a Ladyboy live stream. And you know what's funny is like right now I feel as though like I
smell some bacon.
I should be like riding a motorcycle like just for fun. Like just for kicks.
Who's cooking?
Like I should just be riding a motorcycle like for kicks. Like just for fun. Like I don't know why I want to do that. Additionally, I'm thinking about relapsing and smoking marijuana. Like, I don't know where that advertising comes from, but for some reason, okay, what am I leading into? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Lucas from Ride for Kicks
is in the house.
Has just walked in, and thank you so much for being here, buddy. And I'll bring a microphone over, actually, because we want to talk to him a little bit. But let me just do this. Mark does say, I believe you can get in the USA, you can get an international driving license at AAA. I know what you mean by that. Just be clear, Mark. It's called an International Driver's Permit. And really all that is the language translation of our licenses into the native language. So it's going to be translated into like Spanish and Hebrew and Thai and Vietnamese, or maybe Vietnamese. Anyway, there was this like sort of treaty or something that happened in like 1949, and I believe everyone sort of agreed on it. And so that's what the International Driving Permit is. But yes, you can get a AAA. I believe they're $20 now. I think they used to be $15. We could probably ask Dr. Ride for Kicks. But I'll tell you what, let's get through some of these comments. Thank you guys for saying hello to each other at the Cool Kids table. You love that was that. We should, I'll tell you what, do you have that?
Which one?
The video that you made yesterday.
Yeah, I do. I could find it. Yeah, you answer some questions.
Let's play that. That would actually be kind of entertaining to do that. And I've figured out the technology, so I know how to actually play that thing.
Here it is right here. Okay, so I do have the MP video right now, and
So I tell you what, you try and play that. Leave us on, but make us small.
Okay.
Because we need our audio. And then so bring up the video. And what should happen, go ahead. Well, no. Sorry. You need to upload it to the...
yeah, that's what I thought. I need to upload
So-
it. This technical stuff, guys.
Or you can share, you could do a screen share. So basically click on the third from the left, which is share screen. And then, so bring up the video in like whatever player you use, and then choose that as the, QuickTime. So then go over to window there, and then choose that QuickTime video, and then make sure, click on share, and I believe the audio will come through. If not, we'll figure it out. But yeah, give it a play, and then we get rid of this. There you go. Okay.
If it's even playing. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. It's not
I don't
playing.
see it play. Oh, that's interesting. It's weird that it's not playing. Anyway, I mean the internet here is super fast. So I tell you what, just upload that to your window there, and then we'll get to show that to everybody, including Joe. That'll be great.
Are they hearing us because we're off?
No, we're right there. We're on, and as long as you. Oh, so did you upload it?
No.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm just spinning.
For some reason, QuickTime isn't. Yeah, so close QuickTime, and then upload it to the.
All right, there we go. I stopped sharing it. Guys.
Yeah. Oh, look at this! My goodness, this is so fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Captain Photon. I appreciate you coming by, man. That's like totally cool. So what was this from Mariana? Beach where Gracie's at playing volleyball in Nang Pru. Okay, so yeah, so if you guys are on YouTube, you can click on that link, find out exactly where she's hanging out. Joe, do you play volleyball? Well, come here. I got to tell you, Gracie just bought a really, really cool ball. It's really awesome. My wife has quite the balls. Oh, in front of Monkey. So it's right in front of, so it's down here. I don't. Oh, is that where they have?
Oh, she's by the fish market.
Oh, okay. She's in front of Monkey, which is Golden Monkey, right?
Are we
That's kind of
both in
interesting.
Pattaya?
So physically, Robbie and I are in Jomtien Beach, which technically, yes, that is Pattaya. It's Nang Pru, Banglamun, and we are looking exactly at that. In fact, is that a still or is that the GoPro?
That's the GoPro.
Ah, well, look at that. Look at that technology just screaming through. Oh, yeah, you can see a little person moving down there. They're like little ants. So all those umbrellas, underneath all of those umbrellas are people that are waiting to basically
come in
get into the party this
at 4
afternoon.
p.m.
Yeah, at 4 p.m. So that's going to be pretty fun.
And we'll have Lucas here. We'll have some other guests here.
We will. He's listening to us on his phone, I think, and probably sampling the audio, and he's about ready to judge us for like how good we are, which was going to be.
I'm fine with judging.
You think? It's going to be okay, man. It's going to be okay. I think we're going to be good.
And we're almost time to get into some pro tips here, guys.
Yeah, it's about 9-ish, eh? Yeah. So we're about an
It's
hour in.
about
Just so you guys know, we do this for 90 minutes. We do it from 8 a.m. Bangkok time to 9:30
That's right.
a.m. here, and of course it's on YouTube at The Spot Thailand, and then it's also 95 FM, and of course the Spot.fm website is where you want to go to download our brand new app. So thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. I work on my tushy, and so.
You'll have to say that out loud because people aren't watching. I mean, they're not going to know what you're talking about.
Did I not say the comment? I'm
No.
sorry. I'm usually pretty good about that. So the reason I said that is because Captain Photon believes Mike's tushy is impressive.
Wow.
Yeah, so
As
that's
impressive as the shirt you're wearing?
well, that's the other thing too, right? Here I am modeling my shirt on FM radio.
Mariano's going to give you 100 baht for the shirt.
He's gonna-
What's going to give you for the tush?
Here's the thing: is that he's going to give me that 100 baht, but where's he going to give it to me?
Well, that's what I said
I
earlier.
mean, that could be just the way to go. Good to see you, Jason. Asia Unscripted is coming by. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Much appreciated.
And,
And you guys were to get into a quick pro tip here, and
Yeah,
I'm
what do
going to
you-
go first.
Ah,
And this is,
good,
to me, one of the
good.
most important ones, is before you come to Thailand, I highly, highly recommend, and if you're here now and you haven't done so, download these apps here. Again, they're not 100% essential. I think they're pretty essential when you have Bolt, which is the kind of like the taxi service or the Uber kind of thing.
Uber, and now they take credit cards.
And now they take credit cards.
Friggin' awesome.
And you can go from Jomtien, 1669, all the way up to Pattaya Central for about 130 baht right now, right?
Like over to the bus station, you mean?
Yeah, what would you say, about 130 baht?
Yeah,
so
no, it's
$3
totally reasonable.
$3 for a half-hour drive. So if you guys are in Pattaya right now and you want to come on down, get on Bolt, hit 1669, come down at 4 o'clock, come down right now, whenever. Whoops.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. They're not hearing it. We are.
Oh, okay.
I'm just sampling it, just making sure that it's working okay.
And then the Line app. So the Line app is how a lot of people here communicate. I highly, highly recommend you getting that Line app. Whether you're here to meet girls, here to book hotels and check out the tours, sites, or whatever, everybody uses Line to communicate. This is just the way it goes. This is actually probably one of the biggest pro tips I can provide for you guys. Examples, I have a couple American buddies coming here this next week, and I have highly recommended they download the Line app because that's how I communicate here in Thailand.
Yeah, big time.
I don't communicate by text or anything. It's with Line. So you got the Bolt, the Line, the Grab if you're hungry. I've never used Grab other than when Bolt was busy. I just got a ride.
Because Grab arguably is more expensive, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never used the Grab food. A lot of people swear by it. One thing I could swear by is the Goda Booking app, which who are they owned by now? Are they owned by Booking.com or
Booking Holdings? Yeah, they've owned them for a long time. Actually, they're believe it or not,
though, originally
they originally down in Phuket, and they're
amazing app, very good app.
I think it's excellent. Yeah, I mean Booking.com arguably has a sort of a similar booking paradigm, right? And they get like the whole price of the thing. But yeah, Agoda, and in my experience, their customer service has been decent.
It's good. It's
good. Absolutely.
And then the last thing, of course, for me is the Google Translate. When I came here in 2019, I lived by it. You don't need to buy these translate programs you see all over the place. I just highly recommend just get on Google. It's free. The girls, the people, they all know how to use it, and they use it.
I would agree. Yeah. I mean, again,
I almost bought one of those pocket translators.
I mean, the devices.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
the ones that
neat.
vibrate, and I just want to stick it in my pocket. That one.
Wow, we could work on something like that. I could get you an old pager I got back at the house.
Thinking about that one.
I got one back at the house.
But anyways, that's my pro tips.
Wow, that's a pretty good pro tip.
And I know Mike, he's just budding with tons of them right now.
Just the tip, yeah. Well, okay, so I mean, I talked about the driver's license and that sort of thing. I will tell you that a lot of things over here in Thailand, even without a Thai person to accompany you, can be accomplished on your own. I'm not saying that these agencies don't provide a service for a certain amount of money, but in my experience, like I really prefer to do it myself. So I mean, unless you're over here for like 2 weeks and you've got to get stuff done, then just outsource it. Just give someone like a couple of $1,000 baht and have them handle it for you. But for me, for my money, I like to have the experience. And it's also a discussion that occurs with a whole lot of expats, right? Like they'll be like, well, how did you do this, right? And they'll all sort of give their opinion. And of course, many of them have never done it themselves. They're like, oh, no, this is what you do. You're going to go in there. And I'm like, have you ever been to land transport? Well, no, but I heard from a guy that like, this is the way. And the other thing too, is that I come with a whole lot of data of being in Thailand for almost 10 years prior to COVID. Many things changed during COVID, and they were different during COVID, and then after COVID, they didn't return back to how they were before COVID. And I say that because if you're talking to a guy like me who's been here all through it and everything, and he's like, oh, yeah, I was having this conversation with a buddy of mine the other day. We were talking actually about something that I did in like 2015. And I was saying, look, to be fair, it was 2015 when I was doing it. So, I mean, the experience is probably significantly different. Arguably, it could be more expensive, right? Now that it's like basically there's no more COVID, COVID rates.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that word.
What, COVID? Oh, God. That's just, well, we're not monetized.
That's true.
See, we need that 4,000 watch hours. Speaking of 4,000 watch hours, my God, what if we brought Lucas and he came over and sat on my lap?
You might get some.
Would that get us 4,000? Do you want to come on the show or do you want to do something after? Yeah, come on over, dude. This would be great.
If I get up right now?
You're going to get up?
I'll get up and let you.
How is he going to sit on my lap if you get up? All right, fine. That's a do. Now, this is going to be either an ego boost or an ego deflation for me when he starts talking on the microphone. If you've ever watched any of his videos or even talked to him in person, his baritone voice is what we in radio call freaking awesome. Additionally, I just upgraded our microphones. These are about $1,000 microphones, and so it's really going to pick up the low end. And so I'm hoping actually that it would be kind of neat actually if you could outdo me. If you could outdo me verbally. And if you don't know the way these work, is basically this little divot you have there in your body. That's where you rest an RE20. That's the way God planned it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, wow, loud and clear.
Can you? Are you loud enough? Do you need to be louder in your ear or in your voice?
No, well, I can't hear myself. I guess I can hear myself. Yeah, I can hear myself as too. I guess
That's
you got to be kind of close to these, don't you?
Yeah, right on.
They're noise canceling.
The little, yes.
Oh, okay.
They got a pretty tight pattern too, even though they're picking up the noise from below.
Right. You know, listening on the way over here,
Yeah.
there's a small rumble in the background. I think it's your fans.
Yeah. So we debated on sweating profusely or like injecting white noise.
Right. But you are right on the beach.
And again, it's a remote, right? I mean, we're not in the studio kind of thing. So anyway, so first of all, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. You and I have been getting to know each other a little bit better lately, which has been great. Specifically at the A7 DJ Bar live stream that those guys do on Sundays, Martin and Nick.
Soy 7, yeah.
Soy 7, yeah. So since it's just you and me here, and Robbie's not here, but he's facing us, so we're not going to be talking about him behind his back.
Right.
How about we talk about that story about when I left the bar the other night, and then the security guy comes running after me on Soy 7?
Oh, my Buddha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to tee that up?
Well, I guess apparently Robbie enjoyed a beverage.
Yeah.
And maybe something happened. In fairness, maybe he got a call and had to leave. But for
fairness.
whatever reason, I don't think he paid his bin, which would be your bill.
Yeah.
You know, your check.
And they were checking bin.
And so that's why they have security guards. I mean, the guy got on his horse and chased you down Soy 7 and said, "Hey, mister, you didn't pay."
Right. And I'm like, pay for...
Well, they tried to get me.
Well, see, what was funny is when he said that, I was like, no. I either thought, you know, that buddy of yours that was there, this sort of talk, he was drinking like, you know, soda or scotch.
Water.
Or
Yeah, soda water, yeah.
And so I thought, oh, okay, well, maybe he, you know, forgot. But then I like look up and I'm like, wait a minute, you're standing. Yeah, fine, I'll pay for your drinks, dude. But I'm like, you're right there. There's no way you didn't pay. So then we find out that it says Coke Zero on it, which is not what I was drinking.
Oh, that's what it was. That's right. It was a Coke Zero.
And we're like, it was Robbie. So here I am.
That's all of what, 40 baht or something.
I think it was nothing.
But yeah, they will chase you. That's their job.
It is. And I will tell you, here's what was interesting about it is, you know the little Thai experience where they're trying to hold you accountable, but at the same time they have to be incredibly polite.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a great way to explain
So
it.
he gave me like a little bit of a tap versus a, you know, hey buddy, you owe me $100, you know. He's just like, sir, check bin.
Right.
And I'm like, what?
It's not like you're really trying to do the dine and dash.
Exactly.
You just kind of moseyed away, you know. It's an oversight. And that happens. You got to remember, there's alcohol involved sometimes.
Yeah, right.
And some people just, it's happened to me. I tell you where it happened to me is on the bot bus. I'm on the bot bus.
You're drinking on a bot bus?
No, it's 10 baht to ride the bot bus. So I'm on the bot bus. I'm enjoying the scenery, which I rarely do. And then, I want to get off here. Beep, beep. And I get off, and I just, hey, look at that. And next thing you know, the horn's blowing. The guy's backing up. I'm like, oh, my God, I didn't pay. I was so embarrassed.
Totally.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you want to talk about, so you know the bow you make, right? Like when you're like excusing yourself. How many of those did you do? Just the one?
Yeah. I didn't overdo it.
No?
I tried to play the more dumb routine, like, oh, I've never done this before. Here's your 10 baht. Here's an extra 10 baht for you, buddy.
Here's the color of my skin. Is this enough of an excuse for being ignorant to your customs here? Yeah, no, for sure. Now, let's talk a little bit about you, because arguably your channel, wildly successful. Ride for Kicks, right?
Yeah, it's been good.
You want something to drink?
She's got it.
Was that your motion?
Yeah.
Is that the...
I sent her downstairs for the coffees. You know, this is a coffee shop, right?
Rescue Coffee. Yeah, they're actually pretty decent coffee. 1669 restaurant. We're on the top floor here, but yeah, Rescue Coffee. So, Ride for Kicks is your channel.
That's right.
When did you start it?
2019. When I moved here, I had this big goal of losing weight.
Okay.
So I did that at first.
Have you found it?
Yeah, well,
Since you lost
actually,
it?
it's right out here. You can go down the sidewalk on Jomtien's where I did it.
That's where you keep it.
Yeah, it's lingering around there
Fair enough.
somewhere. But after I kind of got a handle on that, so maybe after the first 6-8 months, then I started playing around with it. Of course, I had no idea what I was doing.
Right, yeah.
And you got to see what works and what's interesting, what
Yeah.
people want. It kind of evolved from there.
Okay.
Slow process.
Now, when did you move here in
2018.
2018?
Yeah.
When was the, like, mid-year?
No, it was right around. It was right around this time of year.
Oh,
In
so
fact,
right
I'm
towards the
coming up
end.
on my 5-year anniversary.
Oh,
So
nice, dude.
It was like right around Thanksgiving.
Okay, fair enough, yeah. I moved here permanently, the same thing, 2019. And, of course, I'm like, oh, I got plenty of money. The market's doing just wonderfully, right? 2019. What's the worst that could happen, I say to myself? March of 2020 shows up, and we all know
There
what
you
happened
go.
then.
There you go.
So, and I started watching you early on, and it was basically motorbikes, like rides, like truly
Right.
ride for kicks, right? So, is that sort of your background in the
Well,
United?
one of my big reasons for wanting to come here, I was living in Canada. It's ice cold Toronto.
Is that where you're from? No, it's not where you're from.
I'm not from there, but
Yeah.
I was living there. I was working there for
Okay.
about the 4 years preceding this. And
Okay.
it bothered me because I couldn't ride. I've always been a rider.
Yeah, right,
And
so-
the summers were so short, it wasn't even worth buying a bike.
Exactly.
And I said, I want a place where I can ride every day.
Oh, there you
where
go.
it's going to be warm, I can have bikes, and it's somewhere it's beautiful, And this is a beautiful country.
Indeed,
Couldn't
yeah,
ask
yeah.
for a more beautiful country.
I know.
And that's what I really wanted to do. And I don't care where I'm going. I just want to ride around and have fun. I like being out on the bike. And I
Yeah.
don't have to go across the country to have that fun. I can have that same fun going
Sure.
across Jomtien.
Right, exactly.
I'm just easy to please,
man, right on.
And I just like riding around, cruising around, and I did a lot of that when I first moved here. And I said, well, that's what I like to do. So they always say, what do they say? Find what you like to do,
Right.
and do that.
Yeah. No, because then
Right.
it's not work, right? That's the whole
Right.
statement. It's just like, yeah,
Exactly.
I'm working. But so prior to Thailand, did you come to Thailand? Were you like, oh, I'm going to go back there because you had been vacationing here for 20 years on and off kind of thing? Or?
Well, not really. I had a Thai wife 30 years ago.
Okay.
Who I didn't even meet here, but she brought me here for the first time. Not to Jomtien, but to Thailand.
What year was that?
My first time I landed was 1992.
Wow.
Yeah,
Big
you
Delta.
You were probably on the radio doing the morning zoo or something.
I was, actually. I was 24, yeah. I was Nick Summers.
And we must
in
be the same
92.
age because I had my 24th birthday here.
55.
Yeah, I just turned 55 in August. So
Yeah, you have a little bit more hair than I do, so I don't know what's going on up there.
Just a little
You're
bit.
aging a little shorter.
I don't know.
Just
You
a
one of
little
those
slower.
guys. You one of those guys that maybe just cultivates the bald look.
So here's the thing. I was doing the whole, like, my forehead is ever expanding, but I'm going to keep the ponytail because I'm also, like, really lazy. So I'm like, I'm never going to cut my hair. So I just kept dyeing it as the gray would, like, come in.
Oh, how
and then
cool
I was
is
like,
that?
oh, it was disgusting. And so then I, like, say, you know what? I'm moving to Thailand. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get my new passport, right? So the guy shaves my head. Send a picture to Gracie, my now wife. First thing she says, oh, my God, you look so much younger.
Wow.
What an idiot.
That's what you want to hear.
I was like, why did I not, do this 5 years earlier kind of thing, So, yeah, so now I just basically, I've just, increased the surface area of my shaving paradigm in the morning by 4.
Well, you fit
So
right
it's-
in here. I mean, every other person you see has that same hairdo, so.
Plus, I can wear one of those orange robes. Bam.
Oh, there you go.
Walk up and down the street with my little bowl.
If you ever need a free meal.
Sure, why not? All right, so you're over here and you're doing this thing, and during COVID, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of us that were doing YouTube, as they say, we started doing live streams because, like, we couldn't
Right.
go outdoors, right?
Right.
I would argue you did not do that. You just kept
Correct.
going outdoors. Here in Pattaya, or was it up in?
So when COVID kicked off,
Yeah.
I had lived here in Jomtien at first.
Okay.
But, this is 2018, 2019 during high season. The tour buses, it was crazy.
It
And I'm like,
was
this isn't what I
crazy.
signed up for.
Yeah, copy
I
that.
moved up about an hour away to a place called Bang Sen.
Yeah.
It's quieter beach town.
Sure.
It's still a lovely beach, walking path.
Well,
the
that
whole
beach
9
gets
yards.
busy on the weekends.
On the weekends it does, but
Yeah.
Monday through Friday,
Yeah,
you got the
no.
place to yourself
Yeah.
almost. And that's where I was living during COVID.
Okay.
So maybe things were a little bit looser there than
Yeah,
here in Pattaya.
sure, right.
And I just, whatever I do that day, if I go out shopping, if I need this, whatever I do, I'll just do a video on it.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that's what people wanted to watch
For
at the
sure,
time.
because no one could come.
So,
right?
right, so they want to know what's going on and what's it like there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep hitting your microphone.
That's
but-
all right. Don't
New-
worry,
I'm
I
new
won't.
at this.
I won't take it. You're new at this, yeah. It's first day with the new voice, So yeah, I wanted to remind you guys that we're the Spot.fm. Lucas is here from Ride for Kicks. Robbie has a great YouTube channel actually called Walking in My Shoes. But our website is the Spot.fm, and from there you can actually listen to music, but you can now download our brand new app. And more importantly, if you're listening driving around in a car right now in Pattaya, you can listen to us on 95 FM. We're 95 FM The Spot. It's a brand new radio station. We're the brand new radio station in town, and actually we're broadcasting live here from 1669 Restaurant on the second floor with the absolute gorgeous view of, what do you call this? Do you call this Pattaya Bay, or do you just...
It's the Gulf of Thailand. But
sure.
Technically, you're in South Jomtien. South Jomtien starts at Soi 16. South Jomtien Beach. If you go down farther, there's actually a sign that says South Jomtien Beach. And when you get to Soi 16, it says Welcome to South Jomtien Beach.
Okay. I wondered, because I know where the sign is, but
And
that's well past.
And that's where they did all this new refurbishment. Oh, she's got a drink.
She's got a cool and refreshing beverage for you. Yeah, just bring it over here.
She can't get through the maze.
I know. There's a few cables that we brought with me, and I just wanted to basically make it sound like I'm look like I'm a big deal.
It protects you from all your adoring fans. They can't bum rush the studio.
I got to beat them off with a stick. I know you know what that's like. Are you there? Okay, great, super.
Thank you.
And what's your name? I forget her name.
That's Lan.
Shamran.
Yes.
Thank you. Good to see you. Have an amazing day.
See you.
That's totally awesome. That's cool. So for now, you're at like what, 75,000, 85,000 subs on your YouTube channel?
72, I think.
But more importantly, the number of people that watch one of your videos is around 20,000.
Yeah, I've got a pretty good and loyal audience.
Right.
Somewhere between 20 and 30,000, yeah.
What do you think adds the most value from your channel? I have an opinion, but I'm wondering what the creator thinks.
And that's why I like videos rather than live.
Yeah.
I think videos provide more of a value because you can kind of tell a story.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing for this episode.
Right, sure.
About the radio.
But you can edit it and get rid of the mic hitting.
You can put just enough entertainment in, enough information in, and make it quick and pithy. And that's what I think people like.
Yeah, for sure.
So it depends on the topic of that information as well. Not everything there's great interest in. Some things there's very little interest in. But so I do it anyway if it's something that I'm interested in.
Now, because of that, right, you travel. Like you were recently up in Bangkok. I saw your post on Facebook. You're like in a pool, right, or something?
We were there Thursday. Yeah.
And I mean, people say, well, why'd you move to Thailand? And it's like, well, first of all, I can travel. And they're like, well, right, when I win the lottery, I want to be able to travel. I said, no, like for 40 baht, dude, I'm like traveling in Thailand. It's just so, it doesn't even register. It's just like, I don't really care what the cost is. There's no way it's going to be $1,000.
So check this out.
Yeah.
Thursday,
we
were invited. That's why we went up there.
Okay.
Thursday, we were invited to Bangkok's only no-clothes resort.
Okay, I saw the name of it, and it's very similar to the one here.
Right.
It's not called nudist something. What's it called?
It's called naturist here, man. That's the right nomenclature.
Naturism. Okay.
Yeah. So you go in, and the guy answers the door without any clothes on. And
wow. Was it a cold day, like when he answered the door? Were you like, hey, how you doing there, buddy? You got the AC on a little too high?
Well, you don't ever have to ask, hey, is that a roll of quarters in your pocket?
Wait, see, if I only had a rim shot, I could absolutely do it. Well done.
But anyway, there's a great interest in those.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a kind of a big thing here. In terms of Southeast Asia, it's the mecca, it's the hub for that kind of thing. So maybe that's why there's a lot of interest.
Bangkok, you mean, specifically for that one?
I mean Thailand.
Okay.
So when you talk about Malaysia, Singapore, Laos, Cambodia, the entire region,
right?
This is the mecca for that type of thing, and even as far as India, and the guy that owns it is from Denmark. He goes into I interview him, but it's quite interesting. Did you know they actually had the same thing all the way back in 1931? Can you imagine that?
Here in Bangkok.
I don't know if it was in Bangkok, but in Thailand.
In Thailand.
Yeah.
Conservative 1930s Thailand.
That's right before the revolution.
Yeah.
And
wow,
it was eye-opening. It was eye-opening. So anyway, I got to go home after this and upload that video for tonight.
Oh, very cool. That's great. And can you come by tonight?
Yeah, man.
That'd be awesome, man.
4 p.m., right?
Yeah. We'll be here before. We'll probably do a little bit of a live stream beforehand just to let people know. But yeah, we're going to start here at 4. And I'm thinking, this is a great question for you who lives here permanently. Like, a couple hours, right? I mean, we're just a YouTuber meetup. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to do it all night long.
Yeah, I think 2 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
I got to be honest, the free food is what was the draw for me.
Well, yeah. I mean, because let's be clear. It's not like you have a finite number of things to do. You have an unlimited number of things to do every single day here in Pattaya.
That's right.
And yeah, a lot of people be like, oh, yeah, sure, you can go to Soi 6 every single night. Right.
You need something different.
Yeah. I mean, I say to a lot of guys, especially the ones that are coming over here with their wife, I said, look, dude, if you haven't gotten the Pattaya out of your system and you come over here, she's going to be your ex-wife pretty damn soon.
That's right.
Because Robbie and I also have this statement that we say, you don't come over here if you're unsure.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And if you come over here and you're clear, then it's like, yeah, have a great time.
That's right.
So, well, that's dude. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah,
I really
Mike.
appreciate it. We got about 10 minutes left, so I want to talk a little bit with Robbie here. But
Cool.
ride for kicks, obviously.
Thanks for having me on. I will be back. And also, I love what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
So keep doing it.
I really appreciate it.
Keep
Seriously,
doing
I really do. Please let us know how we can do better.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
that'd be great. So anyway, Lucas, ride for kicks, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, of course, Robbie with a wonderful YouTube channel as well called Walking in My Shoes. And hopefully you're watching us on The Spot Thailand, which is our channel on YouTube, youtube.com/@thespot Thailand. I hope you're actually listening to us in a car somewhere at 95 FM. We're 95 FM The Spot. My name is Mike's, and this is my partner in crime sitting down once again. His name is Robbie, and we just happen to be doing this radio thing. So, kind of dovetailing a little bit on what Lucas was just talking about. Again, unsolicited, and I truly believe him. He's a very genuine guy. He loves what we're doing. And I think one of the reasons that he said that is because historically, right, here in Thailand, and specifically to Pattaya, you and I are from Southern California, right? So it's like, that's radio. That's radio land.
Oh, yeah.
And
I grew up listening to this guy. Actually, not really grew up listening to him, but when I was
you were already grown.
Yeah, I was going in between classes and listening to you. And then
There
when
he
I was
is.
in San Diego
Nick
for my
Summers.
short time,
Oh
that's
my
it.
God, he's
That's
on the
it.
air. So we met up, right, and we started talking. At the time, I had a radio station. It was called Kiss FM, right? And you're like, wait a minute, I listened to Kiss FM
Yeah,
in
that
Los
was
Angeles.
it. That's
yeah,
what
right?
I listened to.
And so we had that, but there really wasn't a radio station that was similar to the United States, right? And
No.
so you and I are bringing that here. Great music, hopefully, fun, right? Morning shows, that
Yeah.
sort of thing. And we're doing that here on Saturday. We realized that there are other YouTube channels that do things on Saturday too. Like, so for example, Dave.
Dave,
Great
yeah.
friend of ours, right?
What's his YouTube name?
Gotta love Thailand.
Gotta love Thailand, Dave. How did I not know that? But I know that.
He and I actually debate on which one of us is the luckiest guy in the world. I will shockingly say it's me. He believes it's him. And so I would argue that anybody is welcome to debate that with me, and I pray that all of you guys go home, you look at yourself in the mirror, and you say, no, I'm the luckiest guy
That's
in
right.
the world. Right?
I feel like I'm the luckiest guy.
Because if
Look
you're
where I'm at.
you're doing what?
Yeah, living my best life.
Because if you're not,
You're not living.
a skadoosh.
Yeah.
Giggity.
That's right.
So
And make a choice. And make a choice to come over here. And if you can't come over here right now, don't be afraid to leave messages on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Watch it. I watched Lucas, who was just here, I would say every darn video, and he's produced hours and hours of
Yeah, for
content.
sure. But like you said, informative, right?
Yeah, very
Yeah,
informative.
yeah.
But not only that, he gives you a real taste of what's real in Thailand. I mean, he really does. I think it was real. He goes to different restaurants and different places, and it's real. And that's what I like to do on my YouTube channel, is actually do some of the same stuff. Not exactly. Of course, it's a different life.
Yeah,
but
yeah, for sure.
To show a real, authentic life as an expat over here in Thailand. And that's really what this radio station
Yeah,
is all
exactly.
about.
Well,
is-
and community, right?
yeah. Oh,
So that
community.
was a neat thing. I mean, at the end of the day, we're a commercial radio station. Okay, so we're not a not-for-profit company, but
Well-
well, no. Right now, we're an expense company. That's
Yeah.
basically what
Expenses.
we do. But that's the way it works, right? You start a company, and it's just like, okay, what's it going to take to basically front load this thing and get the foundation ready for
Yeah.
wild success, right? And both being from Southern California, we have a little bit of experience that. We have a lot of experience in paying taxes, so I'm not worried about not contributing to the social system here in Thailand. So that'll be pretty easy for us to do. But what we want to do is we want to bring people together with radio, right? But here's the thing. I want you guys to know this, is that I'm going to put radio in air quotes, and here's why. Radio is no longer just the FM station. It's no longer the FM transmitter that you hear music and way too many commercials, which arguably Robbie and I have both agreed we're not going to do a ton of that. Thank you very much, Mariano. Is that we want to get people engaged.
Yes.
And we realize that that's going to cost some money to get it going, right? But again, it's not just the FM radio. It's YouTube, for example. So we'll always be doing our live morning show on YouTube and and have the audio on there. Additionally, moving forward, we'll also have it on our station in Bangkok, which is bkk.fm, and an additional station that we'll be putting on very shortly, which is bangkok.fm. So therefore, we'll have rock and dance, so that'll be great.
Yeah.
The spot down here is basically top 40, top 40 hits and stuff, and the ones that you hear in the United States, you can come here and be like, okay, I'm not completely alienated, because arguably Thai music, especially Thai like dance music, is significantly different.
It's way different.
Yeah, and so it's like, okay, I'm willing to, but I would argue that, like, every now and then, basically, you want a cheeseburger. Every now and then, you want something of your home bag.
You want a little bit of Mike's and Robbie in the morning. You go.
You want a lot of Mike's and Robbie in the morning. I got to tell you that right now. Well, I tell you what, dude. So we got about 5 minutes left. What are we going to do for the last 5? Because we normally have done pro tips, right? And we did a few of those before.
We did a few of them. We had Lucas on, our special
Yeah.
guest, and definitely Mariano and good old Diamond D in the audience.
Diamond's
and
amazing.
Lucas's significant other, I don't know, girlfriend, or I don't remember her name exactly,
Yep.
but you guys got a chance to see her. And we definitely appreciate you guys tuning in, whether you're driving around in Pattaya 95, whether you're in the Bolt, in the cab, wherever you're at here in Pattaya. Definitely, you are welcome to come tonight at 4 p.m.
I think that's the most important thing, actually, that we should let people know is that, again, yes, we're throwing a party, okay? So, like, we're paying for the stuff. But at the end of the day, it's
community.
It's community. It's a YouTuber meetup, right? Because, in other words, guys like Lucas are coming, and I know Chocolate Man can't make it, right?
Yeah.
But we have some other guys that you guys have probably heard of who are certainly wildly successful in comparison to my channel, where I haven't done videos in forever.
But it's not only YouTube. It's really all about what Mike said about
the community. Yeah.
And this is what radio brings to Pattaya, is you guys can get a taste of what it was like.
Yeah,
and
right.
we're still here. And we're going to be talking with you guys on a regular. Well, we're twice a week we're looking at. So Saturday, Wednesday, is that what you're thinking?
I think we should probably do that. We may also do Sundays because there's a couple of options there, a couple of openings, if you will. We also know that, like, people are used to having a live stream experience Sunday evenings, right? 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Yes.
A7 DJ Bar, Nick and Martin. And so it would be kind of cool if we could be like the other end of the day. So we could be in the morning, and those guys will be in the evening. I think they do a great show. Their production value is stellar.
Very productive.
To
Production-wise.
To Robbie's point, though, yes, very productive. To Robbie's point, though, as far as bringing this, one of the things that I would do when I was coming here initially, I would listen to radio stations from here online, right? When I would be back home in Southern California. So if you guys would just do me a favor before you leave the show or at any time, please download our app. Easiest way is to just go to our website. Go to the spot.fm. There's 3 buttons at the top. One of them actually is to add our official Line channel. But if you go to the spot.fm, you can download our app for Android. You can download our app for Apple. It literally works perfectly. We did a ton of testing with it. This is like our 3rd or 4th version of it that we actually went live with. I think I could speak for you. I think we're both pretty proud of it.
Yeah, it's a good product, guys. And not only that, you can listen to past shows. Are we going to put past shows on there too?
So
right?
yeah, so we're going to have a spot for like podcasts, effectively, right? So we're going to be doing that. But also, you can communicate with us there. So you can still listen to music, but you can click the button and connect with us on Facebook. You can click the button and connect with us on our official
Facebook
Line
group.
channel.
We have a Facebook group.
We do have
page.
a Facebook group. It's actually facebook.com/groups/thespot.fm.
Check us out.
And but if you don't want to write all that down, at the end of the day, all you got to do is type the Spot Thailand anywhere in Instagram, in YouTube, in Facebook. It'll pop up. That's our socials pretty much everywhere. And then, of course, finally, our official Line channel is @thespot. So feel free to add us there. Would love to talk with you guys. And
love to hang out with you guys at 4 o'clock
for
today.
sure.
And if you can't make it and you're planning a trip to Thailand, just know we're going to be doing these community meetups, whether we call them YouTubes, whether we call them community. I like the word community because I want to bring everybody together. We're going to be doing them on a monthly basis at minimum. And we don't have a location yet for next month, but we're working on that. Second Saturday of every month.
Yes.
Which is... it works out pretty good. 4 p.m., second Saturday of every month.
Yeah, I think one of the final things I will say, if you're around here or whatever, please don't, if you're thinking about leaving early, stay through November 25th, because the International Fireworks Festival that happens on Pattaya Beach is awesome. There's some great events. In fact, there's a great event that's happening this weekend. Kenny G is here, so it's a big jazz event. And that's nice. That's a global name. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I get how, Bangkok's a big city and it's a global thing, but, you get Kenny G to come down to Pattaya. It's a big deal. So COVID is over. Let's just say that. I don't know. Isn't he kind of a switch hitter?
Lady boys.
I mean, I'm open to it.
This is a great way to sign off.
It's a great way to sign off talking about lady boys, soy chai poo, and soy bukao.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the spot.fm or, again, 95 FM Pattaya.
Indeed. It's Mike's. from thespot.fm saying, I hope you're living the dream, because if you are not living the dream, you're probably doing it wrong with my buddy in crime,
Robbie from Walking Issues Thailand, but really The Spot. Always go out there, live your best life, and if you're not, you're not living.
Talk to you guys